Carlos. He is the CEO of ThankX.
The showbiz, how would I say this? The events and the creation, a lot of commercials, a lot of music videos, so much. It was great. Then I started putting events together, fashion shows together, and I just went all out.
Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí. Como que ella quiere disfruta la noche, lo anormal. Creo que el novio teme que su relación va a terminar. Se da cuenta que no necesita a alguien más. Quiere un selfie para su Instagram.
I'm a risk taker, and I own it. I think I look for that opportunity and see if it's risky enough for me sometimes.
I want to introduce you to Carlos Colon. He is the CEO of ThankX, which is a peer-to-peer delivery service. Carlos was born in Philadelphia. He started his professional career as a truck driver in 2000. In 2007, he decided to devote his career as an entrepreneur, launching several businesses. In the same year, Carlos took on fashion designing. I have no idea how he does it all. I'm just hitting the highlights, by the way, guys, on his pedigree. These are just the highlights. In 2010, Carlos was awarded a proclamation and issued a key to 3 cities in Puerto Rico. 3. He has volunteered, sponsored, and worked with numerous organizations, pageants, fundraisers, all to give back to the community. In 2012, Carlos branched out into another venture, becoming a franchisee with Lost Taxes franchise, opening multiple offices in the Philadelphia and South Jersey area, making an impact on the community. In December 2014, he was nominated Entrepreneur of the Year by the Golden Latin Awards Committee. Carlos, welcome. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you so much. Honored.
So how are you doing today before we get started? How's your week going?
I'm doing great. Woke up so early today. I had to do a few things and to be ready for this, Zoom. And yeah, I'm really happy.
I have no idea how you do everything.
Yes, scheduling and, I understand that there's 24 hours in a day and going for it, maximizing. Yeah.
The only other guy I can think of is Elon Musk. You remind me a lot of Elon Musk in the sense of how you go on everything.
Yes. I really get down and get things done. Yeah, it's a blessing, to be able to be surrounded by great people too, been able throughout the years to develop leaders and then, be able to work with them and to get, to the goal and achieve.
That's my passion as well, is to give back. It's like you achieve so many things and you just want to give back. You want to help other people and get them pumped up and excited to live the life of their dreams.
Absolutely. And it's a blessing. It comes right back to you when you're able to do that, and understanding that you have to. It's a must for you to, give back and help others, especially, your community and people that always come to you, whether it's clients, internal clients or outside clients. And but you have to get back.
Well, we're going to get into ThankX, which I'm super excited about. I love your passion in giving back to the community. But first, why don't you tell us about kind of your background, where you came from? It looked like you were born in Philadelphia, right? I keep saying Pittsburgh. Philadelphia, to Puerto Rico, and then back. So what was early life like for Carlos?
Well, born in Philadelphia, of course, and then going back to my country. My parents are from Puerto Rico, and so they decided, of course, as a kid, you have to follow your parents. So I lived in Puerto Rico 9 years, and I developed my Spanish, which is great. It's a blessing to be bilingual.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, it really is a blessing. Because, think about it, there's two two of you pretty much. So, that's the way I see it, being able to speak two languages. Yeah, and then coming back when I was 14 as a teenager, going right into high school, and then, today, at 41, which I just celebrated my birthday.
I was gonna tell you happy birthday to Paula. Wasn't too
Thank
long
you.
ago.
Yeah, on Monday. Yeah, thank you.
We're actually not that far off in age either.
You look so young. You look young.
Thank
very
you.
well.
You were a truck driver for many years.
Got my attention, so I said I do want to travel. I like to explore, and so I said let me go to trucking school. So I went to trucking school, and then I went on. I traveled the states. Oh my God, what an adventure! And then my last 2 years as a truck driver, I spent a lot of time going to New York, like every day, 2, 3 times, and back and forth, back and forth. Then at the end, towards the end, I was driving dump trucks, taking dirt to the landfill in Delaware State. But yeah, it was great. I was able to learn so much, so much. So, and then of course, getting paid and being able to save because I was always on the road. So that took me to everything else that I started, saving money, being able to invest in the next business that I wanted to, open up, or clothing stores. I had a U-Haul center and so many other things that I just, trying to be in business and develop as a business owner. And then, yeah, I completely stopped. I did it for like 9 years. So then I dedicated myself to the business that I owned. And then I decided to go to school again. So I went for fashion. Totally different.
Talk about different from truck driving to fashion design.
The show business, how would I say this? The events and the creation. That was the main thing there. Being able to create, and then one day, one of the stores close by, clothing store, I met this amazing lady, older lady, and we started talking about putting clothing together, and I gave her an idea that I wanted to see it, because I heard she was so good.
Mhm.
And then it really got my attention because she was able to do it, put it together in like 10, 15 minutes. I said, what? So will you teach me? I said, so I started going again and again to the same little store. And this lady was so good. And then I was learning from her for like a full year. And then I started putting events together, fashion shows together, and I just went all out. And it was so fun. I still do it now, but not as much. But yeah.
I was gonna say, it looked like you were having a blast. I went through some of your pages last night, and oh my God, you have the whole Pitbull persona going on. You got this entourage of pretty ladies behind you, and fast cars, and looked like a lot of fun.
So that took me to do a lot of commercials, a lot of music videos, so much. It was great. It was great, but then it was not only time consuming, but money investing. I had to put a lot of money into it. So I said, wait, I need to do something for money as well. So that's what took me to a great opportunity to get involved in the tax industry. So you see, one thing led me to the next one, and I'm a risky guy, So I started, to look into it, and then I was again surrounded by great leaders, and mentor great friends. I developed great friends from this, and now it's been 5 years. I'm an instructor certified by the IRS.
That is awesome.
Yes, it's been a blessing. The tax industry has done a lot for me. And my growth as an entrepreneur, it's been a blessing. I own 6 franchises. So
that is tremendous.
Yes.
Being an entrepreneur, what about the risk drives you? Like, what excites you about that?
I'm a risk taker, and I mean, I own it. I am. I am. I think I look for that opportunity and see if it's risky enough for me sometimes, because it's really exciting. I'm a numbers guy, so I do my research, I do my numbers, and I say, there's always a chance, there's always a way, so let me take a look. Sometimes people tell me, oh man, you never say no. But there's always a yes in front of me, and I'm very dedicated to what I want to do. So, and again, I'll add the risk sometimes to it. So yes, I'm very, I like the challenges. I like it, and I'm gonna go for it.
That's what has driven me, even getting into truck driving. Like before that, I was on a fire department. I was a police officer. Don't fault me. I was a good one. But it was always the challenge. It was the thrill behind the whole thing. And then the feel good factor of knowing, in trucking, it was knowing that you were bringing freight to people and supplying the local community. And as a cop, it was being there for somebody in their worst moments. As a firefighter, the rescue aspect. So
Right.
both of those together just drove that passion.
Right, right, right. And definitely, I mean, when it comes to risk taking and you put some passion into it, you're definitely going to find something. And there's always something good to learn from every situation.
Mm-hmm.
I be blaming myself, like, why you did this? But there's always something good about every situation. I sometimes, it might sound difficult or crazy, but there's always something good. There's either you win or you learn. Most likely both. If you're learning, you're winning.
And so many people aren't on the path to, like, it's almost like they don't have this driver hunger to learn. And when I got to thinking about it, I was thinking one day, of course, in the truck, as you know, you have so much think time.
Absolutely.
And I was thinking, what is wrong with the world? Like, as a whole, like, what if I could give one piece of advice to the world, like, what would it be? And it came back to knowledge. It came back to being on the path of knowledge and wisdom. And that will solve your problems.
Absolutely.
Solution.
And when it comes to taking a risk again, you have one shot, one life. That's all you get. You know when it started, your birthday, but then you don't know when it's gonna end, and you're not definitely looking forward to that. And then what you do in between is what you take. Those moments, those memories. It's not even material. It's not about money. It never was.
It's not. It's about the freedom.
It's the freedom, the fun that you have, and all those great memories that you create on your way there, because you will get there. So that's what I'm, all about. And that's why I always find that one person that needs help, in whichever way. There's always that someone you could lift up and give advice to, and again, it's not even about money. Right now, with the staffing agency that I own, I'm surrounded by people that need work. They're coming to us. So there's always a way. There's always a way. So I'm always knocking on the next door. How can I make a difference? What can I bring to the table? Because I'm surrounded by hundreds of people that need something from us. So whether it's a job, whether it's what you just said, knowledge, or whatever the case might be, but there's always a way that you can help.
And I've noticed this even with social media, being an influencer, you feel the weight of that, not necessarily in a negative way. It's how you drive it, I think.
Right.
But you feel the responsibility that you have when you have people coming to you and you realize, I've got hundreds or thousands of people turning to me for an answer on something or to be inspired. And you feel that. You really do.
Oh, yes. It's weight on your shoulders. Yes, you have that responsibility because they're looking up to you, or they're going to be knocking on your door like, okay, what's the solution? Like, for instance, when it comes to taxes, they need an answer. There's no possible way for you to say, okay, I don't know. No, you better know. So if not, they're going to go elsewhere. So, definitely.
I may be catching up with you on the tax thing in the future.
Happy to help you. Yes.
So what inspired you to become an entrepreneur? Like, is this something you've always wanted to do?
And as a kid, I always, showed up as a leader, because when you're a kid, you have no idea. You have no idea. And as you grow into becoming a teenager and so on, showing up to places and always stepping up to be the leader. So I did learn and understood that at an early age. And then understanding, I don't want to have a boss. That was a big one for me. And in the multiple jobs that I had in the past, and I said, okay, I could do this better, and they're always showing up as a leader. So I said, I need to do things for myself and develop a system here and there where not only I benefit, but others, benefit. Whether I always, I had a great conversation with one guy years ago, and he said, it doesn't matter what you do, be the best. Be the, either if you're cooking for someone, you're making a sandwich, or washing the dishes, whatever the case might be the best. Be the best. That might be the moment now, but you don't know in the future how that's going to benefit you. So be the best at everything that you do. So that, I just developed little by little, and then even in truck driving, I always wanted to do more, always wanted to do more. And being stuck in a truck, I said, no, I cannot do this. I did it for almost 10 years, but no, there's more to this. So that's why I always look to, what's next? What's next? And then, when I had the opportunity to have 1,000 people in front of me because I put this together, then I said, wait, I feel it. It's here. I feel it. Now we're talking. So that was very inspiring when I was able to put things together as a fashion designer and have people show up because they want to see it. They want to listen, and getting reaction from people. Okay, I posted this picture and I wasn't even for sale, but then, okay, so many people want it. So yeah, that's very inspiring when people actually sit and listen.
That is so good. I can definitely relate to that. This is something that I have been trying to learn myself because I'm kind of an overachiever. I'm sure you can relate to this.
Right. Yeah.
So my biggest problem seems to be I want to go after everything, you know what I mean? And especially challenging things. And before long, you find so much on your plate that it's like, how am I going to do this? And then you get stressed out. How do you deal with that? How do you manage multiple businesses and make everything work?
A great question. I develop leaders. I'll take my time doing that. I cannot do it all. I cannot. I learned the hard way, trust me. And I did find myself trying to do it all and solve everybody's problems. No, I'd rather have, if you're able to give 1% out of 100 people, it's better than 100% of you all the time. You're going to burn out. So that's what I did. I said, okay, now I'm going to add people to my team. That was the best thing I did. Because now when it comes to taxes, I'll teach. I'll get certified. Now I teach. Guess what? I'm going to have them on my side, on my corner. They're always going to have a job. Because, then I added another office to make sure they always have work too. And for every business, I do the same thing. I need leaders. I develop leaders. That inspires me. Because I see the growth, not only for my business, but for them. Not only in the business sense, but also in personal life too.
I think that's a big mistake and learning curve in a lot of new entrepreneurs. They see people maybe like me or like you doing all these businesses, and all of a sudden it's, okay, let's emulate that. I'm going to be the CEO of every single company. I'm going to be the daily manager, I should say, of every single company and everything that goes on. And they don't realize that you have to delegate.
Have to. It's a must. Yes, that's the best thing you can do for yourself. And I understand that when you're starting up a business, you need capital, and then to be able to pay, of course, your employees. But there's always a way. Again, there's always a way. And don't limit yourself, because there's people that are willing to learn and that want to grow. There's people that will sacrifice anything to be able to grow with you, I should say. So yeah, so there's people out there, and it's a great benefit for you to recognize and find those, and then you get to grow your business with them.
That's so exciting, because then everybody's excited about it. We're rejoicing as a team together.
Exactly. Yeah. And again, if it's because of money first, forget it. You're doing it the wrong way. So, and be always available to help them, because they're there for you. If they don't grow, your business doesn't grow. So that should be the approach when you're, opening the doors and trying to, take that business, to the next level.
Money shouldn't be the prime driving factor. What should be? Is it your passion as an entrepreneur? Somebody who's just starting out, how do they decide what to get into?
That's a very, very heavy, tricky question, because first of all, you have to love it. That's first. I did like and I enjoyed driving trucks, but it was not my passion. See, not only that, fashion design and the events and everything, such a passion for me. Oh my God, we could talk about it all day long. However, it's not a moneymaker for me.
Mm.
So
You don't have
now,
two lined up.
exactly now, I found that the tax industry, I love helping people, makes me money, and I get to do all of the above. So great, there it goes. I have a passion for numbers. Can I apply that to the tax industry? Yes. Can I apply helping people to that industry? Absolutely. So that's how you put it together. What's your passion? What's your focus? Well, you have to love it.
That is so good. So good. So tell us about ThankX. How did ThankX come about?
Well, it was from a conversation understanding there was an issue, a big one, global, the pandemic. It was just, coming about. It was happening. It was, and back in March. So in between a conversation I was having, I said we need to make a difference now. So I'm thinking, of course, thinking mode. I'm sitting there thinking, what industry is going to impact the world now, right? And of course, so many things came to my mind. I said delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs something at all times. That's when it came to my head. I said, so I need to develop something to be able to be at everybody's door.
Look at all the delivery services that got overwhelmed when this thing happened. There wasn't
Exactly.
enough.
And at that moment, even Walmart didn't have the delivery system that they have now. They telling you now, oh, you can have it within an hour, which is great. So I said, wow, the time is now. So I made a few phone calls, and of course, and that's how I met Bruce. Uh, Great guy, amazing guy. He
Yeah, he's
listened to
awesome. Shout out to
every
Bruce.
yes, yes, yes. So he listened to every word I said. He said, man, and I told him, look, first of all, I want to help. I want to, definitely develop something that people could use that they really need now. So person to person, you need it, I have it. It comes to you. Period. You don't have to leave your home. So I started explaining and talking to a few people, calling, different companies and see. But then, boom, magic happened. The app came about and the name. Why the name Thanks? First of all, what do you say when somebody gives you something or somebody does something for you? You say thank you. So that clicked right then. Thanks, thanks. But then the X is because it's express. It's right then and there because you need it now.
That's so
Thank
good.
you.
I listen to a lot of Tony Robbins and
Yes, he's amazing.
oh my God, yes. He's one of my true mentors indirectly because he inspired me so much. And even coming across other entrepreneurs, I just talked to another truck driver that's in the public eye. And I was asking her the other day, I'm like, what about, like, she's always happy, right? She's always bubbly and excited. And I'm like, what makes you so happy? Like, what drives you? And she said, it's gratitude. She wakes up every morning.
Yes.
And I've been doing this now. I'll wake up every morning and think of 5 things that I'm thankful for. That just changes your whole perspective.
Everything. That's everything. Gratitude is everything. That's very, very important to me. And you will know the difference when the approach, when it comes to the body language, when it comes to people reacting to the things that you do, when they're grateful and when they're not. So that is so important for me. Gratitude is first. Thank you.
I love it. So what kind of sets you guys apart from like Grubhub and stuff like that? Is it this whole concept of gratitude? We're building this culture around it.
Yes, that's one, and the community with that personal touch. You're able to understand that it's from me to you. That's it. So and of course the gratitude when it comes to the team building. Again, we go back to developing leaders. You have to appreciate what you're doing for your community, for your people, the people around you. Every single pack, every single box that you carry, you have to care for it. Because again, gratitude, that's first. So you appreciate that you have a job, that you're able to come to somebody's door and deliver.
That is so tremendous. I love it. I love it. You guys are just in the Philadelphia, Jersey area, is that correct?
Yes, so far, yes, for now. Yep, and definitely growing.
So you have plans to expand.
Absolutely, absolutely. I
Yay.
know, I know I will get that phone call, and I know this is being recorded. I will get that phone call that will say, let's take it to the whole nation. Let's do it. I know. I'm waiting for the phone call.
I'm waiting to hear it comes to Kansas. Trust me.
That's it. Yeah.
Hey, I may sign up as a driver and do a little video thing.
There you go. Oh,
That was
yes.
tremendous.
Yes. And again, when I started, I knew it would take one community at a time. Of course, home is first. And for right now, you know, we did a contract with this company. They get all these packages, thousands of packages daily. So now we're connecting one thing with the other, and we're gonna be able to deliver as thanks. So, you know, using the third party, which is great, awesome. Why? Because we're gonna be at your door.
I try to ask this to every guest that comes on, and that is, if you were to give one piece of advice to the world as a whole or society as a whole, what would it be?
Oh, good question. Thank you for asking. And again, gratitude. Be grateful for every breath you take, for being alive, and for having a chance. Not only the chance of being alive, but a chance to make a difference.
Where can people find you and more about ThankX?
GoThanks.com. The website is wide open, and you great information there. And my email address is there too if they want to reach out and, you know, ask questions or anything. Yes, I'm available.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Go check out ThankX, guys. Thank you so much for being on with me, Carlos.
My honor. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Esa chica quiere selfie, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, que yo parezca nerd.